Baby Driver is the latest film from Edgar Wright, who is one of the most unique directors out there. He has such a unique and fast editing style that goes so well with all of his movies, that makes it more fast-paced, has a different kind of humor. And when I saw that they were going to be making Baby Driver, a film about a getaway driver, I could not wait for this. So this movie is the story about a young 20-year-old called Baby, who had an accident when he was much younger, which left him with a constant humming in his ear. And what he does to alleviate that is he uses music to drown it out. So he's constantly listening to music. And somehow he also became an amazing driver, one of the absolute best. He uses these skills to become a getaway driver for Kevin Spacey, and he's doing this to also repay a debt that he owes to Kevin Spacey for something that happened in the past. And Kevin Spacey always has a constant crew that he's always shifting out and changing up, and he only keeps Baby as his getaway driver each and every time because he is the best at what he does. The filming sequences in this movie are excellent. The driving sequences and the stunts that they pulled off are amazing. You just really feel, I almost felt that I was watching a real life Grand Theft Auto movie. Like, that's honestly not in just the driving sequences, but everything else with the gangsters, so a little bit the storyline to an extent, the scenes when they're running, even just running around and everything, they really felt like Grand Theft Auto. Now, you would think that this movie, is going to be all about the getaway driving, but it's not. There is also a really big love story that plays into this film that has to do with Baby and a waitress that he meets up. And to me, this was definitely the weakest part of the film because I didn't really feel the connection that they had really felt authentic, that they would fall for each other that quickly and that hard. And that really plays a lot into the movie later on. And basically, for pretty much the second and third act, this is really the focus and main reasons for a lot of what's going on in the film, which does bring it down a little bit. And I would like to say that I love the character of Baby, but this was my first introduction to this actor, and I can't remember what his name is, but I know that he was in The Fault in Our Stars beforehand, but this was I had not seen that movie, so this was my introduction to him. And I didn't particularly... He was okay as an actor, but I didn't really like the character of Baby because he's really kind of forced into this life of being a getaway driver. And I think that they could have really gone and delved into that, as in, like, he really doesn't like what he does, but he's still kind of like a goofy kid. Like, he's in his early 20s and he's kind of just listening to music, and like, I have to listen to this song before I can do the getaway driver while there's like cops running by. Like, that kind of makes sense in an Edgar Wright kind of movie that you would see. Like, you press on the gas, let's get the hell out of here. And he's like, I gotta listen to the song. But the delivery of those lines wouldn't really make me think you have to listen to the song before we get the hell out of here. I think that would have been like better if you would have just had a little bit more force and saying, no, I gotta listen to this first. Alright, it's kind of like Nicolas Cage in Gone in 60 Seconds, something like that. I can't believe a Nicolas Cage reference, and that's what I want them to do in a movie. Anyway, it just... I really didn't delve with his character, and I just felt that they could have delved a lot deeper into this, because then he'd be, not on the job, and he'd be dancing around all the time, and I was like, nah, I don't really like this. I don't like all the dancing around, and he does it quite often. Another thing, too, is that a movie like this, where it's mainly a lot about, constantly listening to music, I wanted the soundtrack to be a little bit better. I've heard that some people really did like it, but there wasn't really a lot of songs that did anything for me at all, and I was like really excited to see what they were going to do with this. But yeah, disappointed on that front too. Action sequences, though, like I said, are amazing. Driving sequences, amazing. When they're running around and just going balls to the wall with cops everywhere, it's actually really well done. The supporting cast, Kevin Spacey, John Hamm, Jamie Foxx, I would like to say that they were like in the movie always, but they weren't. They were just revolving around kind of like how Kevin Spacey just moves them along. I would say that John Hamm was probably the best. I would like to say it's Kevin Spacey because I love Kevin Spacey, but John Hamm really nailed it in this one. And I've never seen Mad Men, and I just want to see, because lately John Hamm, every time I see him in something, I'm like, damn, he's a good actor. And I thought he was the best actor in this film. In terms of the storyline, another thing too is that by the third act, Baby started finally talking a little bit more, and that's where I started to connect with him a little bit more. Finally, at the third act, but there's problems with his character because he really doesn't want to be a criminal. He doesn't want to do anything bad, but they didn't. They kind of just allude to it, and I wanted to see a little bit more of that. And then by the third act, they do something to start the third act and have everything go balls to the wall. They do something, and you're like, whoa, that was unexpected. That was awesome, but doesn't make any sense with what they were trying to do with the character, I believe anyway, because then it creates this big chaos scene, and that's kind of what he was. You might be hearing thunder. Apparently there's a thunderstorm going on at the moment. But yeah, I just really didn't feel that connected with what his character was trying to be, always being an innocent character that didn't want to get his hands dirty. And then there's more to it, and I just don't want to spoil anything, but you'll see if you see this movie. So for me, the action scenes are awesome. The supporting cast is excellent. Baby I didn't really get into until the third act, and even then he was still just kind of okay. I really felt that they could have done more with his character as well. So I'm going to give the movie a 6 out of 10. I might just be the black sheep though, because I've been hearing everybody absolutely loves this film, so that could be a 2. I couldn't connect with the character, and I felt that there was just a few too many plot points that really they could have done more. There was so much more potential for this film. And also the love story could have been done differently and not been the focus of this film as well. So that's it. Thank you all for watching. You've been bearded in. Beardage.